We get asked all the time, what is the greatest hunt we have ever done? What is our greatest adventure? The answer is simple. It's the one we are planning next. The White Rhino is an African icon. Depictions of vast herds roaming free throughout Africa is etched in African history. They have signified a place in this great land, but the white rhino as a species is in big trouble. A trouble that you cannot come back from. Luckily, they have their protectors.
So at Rockwood we specialize in the conservation of rhino. We've got about 360 odd white rhino here. In 2013 I got my first rhino from the Kruger National Park. Now, initially I had this romantic idea of, the whole farm being open and the animals roaming free, and but unfortunately we had our first poaching in 2014, and then reality hit me, and I thought I have to do something different, and I have to protect these animals. And so we were hit in 2015 again, and then I intensified my efforts, and we call it aggressive conservation. We've got thermal cameras around all the bomas that can, automatically detect when there's intruders, and then the control room can respond from here. So just there's a intruder. Click there, that Elon. But we make a huge difference in terms of their security. So since we put up the cameras, there's been a huge decline in stock theft, and which is quite a big problem around here. And so we've got a system on the roads where there's license plate recognition cameras. So if you drive by and read your number plate, it pings it against the database. And if it's a suspect vehicle, then we notify. So we've got a whole intelligence organization helping us. And so if there's any suspect poachers in the area, we know about it way in advance. Ja, you gaan draai, basically hier. Obviously, if you look at the heat signature there on the horn, black. So white is hot and black is cold. So look at that horn, it's totally black. So it's dead tissue. So it, literally like your hair or fingernails. The animal won't even notice it when it's off. So you can trim it, and there's no harm to the animal. There's no pain. So it's way darker outside than it looks like there.
Yeah, the ISO's great.
You can check there on
Yeah.
thermal
That is
dot.
tiny.
Looks like almost like a warthog, huh? So
Yeah,
it has
it does.
longer ears.
Yeah, it
Small
does.
hole.
So it's not just the impact and the difference we make to rhino, but also on the bigger community.
So today is the day. The rangers have found the big rhino that needs microchipped. Go find the rangers. But I think today is the day we are going to be microchipping a giant rhino.
When the dart goes through the skin, it actually cuts a little cylinder out and it fills the inside of the needle, so the needle plugs. And then obviously nothing of the vaccine or the vitamins or whatever goes into the animal. So we basically go and just twist the front part in a little spiral form like that, so that it doesn't plug like that. And that's it. The rhino you just saw over there, that one was dehorned about 3 or 4 years ago. Fully and formed the normal horn. I don't know, probably about 5 years, yeah. It depends also, the older they are, the slower they grow. Yeah.
And the more aggressive they are, the quicker they worn down their horn. So they worn down the edge, so it becomes sharper.
Yeah, so they can't see well, but they can smell and hear quite well, especially smell. So you can, if you're good, come from the right side, you can actually get really close to them. Just being aware of the wind, and especially if there's more than one in the same place, it's difficult.
So we at the rangers going out this morning to locate some of the animals that we can dart. So the reason why we dart them is to verify that the microchips still work. We also draw some blood that we can analyze, and just take measurements and see that the animal is still doing well. Just for backup. Slowly feeding into the wind, so the wind direction is good, then we can follow it from here. So it will start showing effect in about 5 minutes. We've got the rangers on horseback following it, so that we don't lose it and it doesn't go down by itself, and
Okay.
it might injure itself or die.
Okay.
If we're not quick enough. So, but the rangers are on it, so let's go.
All right, let's do it.
What is it? About 5 minutes. It covered almost about a mile. So that's why we've got the horses to track it, so that we don't lose it and it goes down. Look at the size of that thing.
We identify the rhinos with the notches, and we also identify them with microchips. So I'm just going to show you scanning here at the back, the one here at the tail. So it's either on the right hand side or the left hand side of the tail. And we've got so now we know that whatever that long number 44693031 at the end. That's the number that coincides with this animal. It's obviously also on the databases for all the DNA, the horn DNA. Should this animal be poached, and the horns would be recovered somewhere, and trace that back. Yeah. There's not a whole lot of veins in rhinos to draw blood. So there's one scaly one there at the front leg, and then usually we draw blood on the ears. You can see there's a little vein over there, and yeah, just go in like that, and yeah, we draw blood, and that's it. And that's obviously used to do DNA and so on.
The excitement of hunting in Africa alone is mind-blowing. To be able to throw in a hunt for something like this, and knowing that it's helping the species as a whole, the whole experience is unbelievable. Thank you for letting us participate in this.
I think it's an ideal opportunity for somebody that wants the thrill of hunting a rhino, darting a rhino, but also have the good feeling afterwards once you reverse it and it stands up and it walks away. And you must remember that money goes back into our conservation effort.
And thank you again for joining Avula Safaris. We really appreciate it, and what they do here at Rockwood is unbelievable. To be able to have the hunt experience where you're not injuring the animal and it's actually to the benefit of the species, I can't thank their family enough.
The power that this area gives you, thanks to the people we're surrounded by this week. So it is powerful. You have to get here. Without these people and their efforts and their self-driven motivation, we wouldn't be standing here doing this. So thank you guys.
The entire experience is incredible. Everything from the arriving to the dancers and to the singers, and you guys making us, everybody in our group, feel like family, to the meals and the desserts, and everything about what you guys do is absolutely incredible, as usual.
But at the end of the day, this is what it's about, conservation.
Yes.
Conservation through hunting. These, like Vickis was saying, these dollars go back and help him do what he's doing, the DNA testing, the microchipping. It just goes on and on, the protection. The rangers that actually are with these animals every single day, we can't do it without you guys.
Now we're waking it up. We're waking up part of it inside the muscle, because sometimes it recycles, and then we're waking up in the ear to get them all away. So that's just it.
How long does that take?
About 20 seconds. All right,
Here we go. Drinking milk is a great way to meet the body's needs for 9 essential nutrients and vitamins. It helps build stronger bones, maintain muscle mass, and it helps power us at Bone Cold TV to achieve greatness. Go to milkforhealth.org to learn more.
My name is Anton from Rockwood. This is Opie. We are raising Opie. She was abandoned by her mom, and the crows they take one of her eye out. That's why we take her from his mother. She's now 3 months old. We're raising her as our baby rhino. I'm giving now the sheep and the rhino water to drink. Yeah.
Oh wow, really does take it.
Oh, you gotta hold on to it.
Now, the animals you see here is all bulls. Rhino bulls roaming free in this area. So you'll be hunting amongst rhino here. The southern white rhino's got a very interesting history. In the late 1800s, there was only about between 50 and 100 of them left. So they almost went extinct. So all the white rhino in the world comes from that original between 50 and 100 founding population. So while the intensive system is basically where we have the cows and the breeding herds is obviously the most important to us, and that's the future of the populations. Where we've got cows breeding. So these rhino that's in here, in the morning we open them up, they go outside into the veld and do whatever rhinos do, they feed outside, and then in the evenings we lure them back with supplementary feeding. We've got them wild during the day, so that they can successfully breed and interact like they should, and then at night, which is the highest risk period for us, they're in here, and we can monitor them with thermal cameras from the control room and make sure that they're safe. So our population growth is around 12%. If you compare that to the wild, where it's about between 3 and 5%, so it's much better. And so in a environment where the meta population is just declining, every rhino baby that's born is important. So we're working with different universities and organizations around the world to do research on creating what they call a biobank of genetic material, so that if something happens, they have a big reservoir of genetic material, and that they will be able to create or recreate a viable population in the future.
Fold, peel, stick, shoot. Get your targets at showinnovation.com.
Favorite thing is you go to this home screen, view from SD card. You can climb up in the deer stand while you're hunting and see what was on your camera right below your tree stand without having to go home and check your computer first. You can do it right there in the tree stand.